G'day, today we're going to have a look at the weekly challenge in Mini Motorways. This one's set in Rio de Janeiro, and so this is the challenge for the week of November 1st. So all houses and destinations can appear anywhere. There's no no motorways are offered. We double the amount of traffic lights awarded, so I guess we're going to rely on those traffic lights a bit. I think the last two weekly challenges have really hit me for 6, so fingers crossed we're staring down the barrel of one that might be a little bit more lenient on me. Not giving me any motorways is definitely not a not a positive start for my style of play. Let's see how we go. Certainly feels like a long time since I've played Rio. It's nice to be back. Okay, let's have a look at what's available at the moment. So it would be nice to flick this guy underneath that to get to there. Or lower this guy down to get around and then have him go up. But for the time being, what we can do is, say, flick him around that way. And then the idea would be that we go down with him. We can't at the moment, though. So what we'll do instead is just make a really clunky little build. Now that comment that the houses and factories can appear anywhere is what we're seeing here. Just that we're not getting little hubs of houses, we're getting a weird sprawl. Which is definitely going to be a long-term problem for our success. Unless we get lucky with positioning and end up with like greenhouse here and a purple house here. Let's take 4 traffic lights. Sure, we can use almost all of them at this point. Interesting that this is considered the closer house to this than this guy is. I mean, it's very close. I mean, that's almost a great position. Not just flat, isn't it? Okay, so I mean, to get there, it actually has to go all the way sort of up there. At least that's an easy fix. Still don't have that bottom road here that we're after. But with this guy's inclusion, you can definitely get rid of these two and let them both look after him. Yeah, I'm still hanging out for this bottom row here. Not sure how much use we're going to get. There's probably some use at all roundabouts here. The alternative for this guy is I could send him up, cut him through there, and swing him down. I don't know if it'd be slightly shorter, but this guy's always going to be second fiddle to this guy and going here that he may never really get used. So it's not really going to cut across him and impact his use too much. But I mean, it would cost me the same amount of tunnels to go up that way anyway, so I'm not sure it's worth it. We'll just sort of see where our next yellow houses end up, I suppose. Got to keep our eyes on this line down here, because I definitely don't want the houses just showing up in that line quicker than I can respond to it. That immediately made that guy invalid. Might as well use the roundabouts if we, the traffic lights if we've got them. Alright, we've got no tunnels at the moment. I'll take 1. There we are. So we'll pause it as well because we're not going to take any chances. Bring him down. We can get rid of that. It's just this weird network of those 3 guys getting there. Okay. Tricky position for this guy here. Because this is really... I mean, this is the closest house. But to take him, I would have to then send this guy to... I guess him. Might not be that bad. Alright, that's probably a better option than where this guy would otherwise have to source a house from. Alright, let's cut him straight down. I'll just cut him off and leave that guy out in the wild as well. Oh, cancel all of that. How quickly that can change. I do quite like, though, the option of having that road there available, so I might leave road in that place, just in case that comes up later. It's probably a nice line that we don't want to have occupied by any houses, so we'll claim it for road. For future development. Real interesting house locations here that are gonna surely very, very useless for a while. I mean, the only value here is that there's at least two houses together, which is novel. He's in a great close location, but I don't know. And I could use a bridge and have him as a fourth backup to this guy by cutting around here. Whether or not we think that this guy actually needs that fourth assist. Thing is that no houses will get built in that section anyway, because it's water. It's more that we're likely to lose the road area there. I feel like the way the houses are laying out here is potentially going to reduce the amount of warehouses we can possibly even have, because the houses aren't sort of locating themselves in the same one zone, that they're possibly just blocking in the middle of sections that could house a destination. So that gives us two houses for him. Main one and then our redundancy. Already got two bridges. I mean, that already would dump us with a lot of traffic lights, but let's see. We've also got this guy here. He's slightly further away than this guy is. Cool, at least that's a easy one to address. The problem that I feel at the moment is that there are a lot of locations here that are not well staffed. That makes life easier, certainly. So there was this guy here, only had the one, now he's got three. This guy here only has one. He only has one. He only has one. He only has one. There's a lot of potential problems once it starts to pick up the pace. I mean, a guy like this has a is circular. Oh, and this is a pain down here too. Okay, so all right, so we've got two blue houses down here, and as the only things that can actually get to, well, be used for this guy. So we've now got to make a road across here somehow. We don't have highways, and we're never going to get highways. So seemingly the best bet is going to be that we have to cut straight through across the face of this guy. Then cut down like that. Now the reason it's that weird angle is what we can do, I guess, is We're gonna make that a little bit cleaner. There we go. So at least we can get both on, and now we don't need to worry about it. That guy's there. Okay. So some of that redundancy is starting to come in. We've got a lot of green. More suggests how potentially the game sees this guy as being a problem. I suppose we can run. We are very low on road though at this point. Okay, so because we're so low on road, we can probably get rid of some of these really far back guys. He's got 4 houses now. He's definitely not going to use this guy at the back anytime soon. Guys are still traveling from this house, which is the only reason I'm not going to cut this off just yet. I mean, the biggest reason to cut it off is that it can risk this purple that is only running with 1 house of really suffering. There's also a really beautiful chaos to the layout of this level. There's just houses just laying scattered everywhere. Because it's usually so much more set in its suburbs, it's a really, really neat change. I've got a lot I don't like about yellow. There's so few yellow houses. To the extent that there, let's pause. Alright, we'll turn him around so he can help out with that guy, which is gladly welcomed. Now this guy here is set up that in an easy flick I can get him to come down and help here. But I actually think that he's more needed up here, because the one guy that is operating on this is so far away that we may as well give them 2 so far away, as opposed to this guy getting just a redundancy that he doesn't necessarily need yet. It would be nice to get this guy in connected here too. Take the bridge just because I can't see me burning through 8 traffic lights anytime soon. Hopefully these lights aren't used too often. Now this could be a temporary little road here, because if we get purple, say there, obviously we're going to go up this way. I mean, that's the other thing, with all this green here, I can actually get to just cut straight to here too. It wouldn't really take too much to get these 2 red houses to come around the outside of this. Side of these guys, and just have all of these swarm in this way. Now these 2 guys could be used here. Cool, don't even need them. That green guy there should sort that out. Yeah, this is a really strange one for normally it's just you look at a suburb and you can go, okay, cool, well, I've just noticed that one of the 10 houses in this suburb isn't looking the right way and I can adjust it. But with this one, you've got to look at every individual house and try and work out what system's catering to it. Like, say for example, alright, let's double check this purple here. Is there anything purple in the vicinity that needs to be worrying about? No, cool, alright. This yellow here, should I have him attached to here for redundancy? Maybe. this guy here that I really want. I want him to come back this way. Though, the other option I currently have is this guy. I've got 2 tunnels, and this actually isn't being used. This is... that is for this guy to be able to turn around if need be. But what I can do is just flick that tunnel through there. We can give this guy finally a second house. Got way too many bridges, so maybe the traffic lights will be more handy. Okay, so now we're starting to have a problem here. This guy needs to get more attention from light blue houses. And we've currently got 3, but these 2 guys are so far away that they're not great. We could try and move this guy, but that would reduce this one to 1 house. We can try and get this guy to connect here as well to sort of just sort that out. We've also got a group of 3 down here, but they're miles away from anything, and we've got this one guy here. Now this guy here probably is going to be a good second option for that one. So maybe it's this guy. You can see that there's no cars in this yellow here, and there's 1 car here, which means that this is the primary house for this factory, and he's the secondary, which means that if we run this guy around and through here, put a set of lights there, hopefully they're not going to impact each other too much. We will also bring him in. Now that's going to make, I mean, what we can do as well is we can flip this guy and get him in to help out with that. He's a great hand there. Nice assist there too. Another yellow on here as well will help. We can get this guy to join up onto that too. But again, it's a mile that they're traveling. And you can see he's not even coming out yet. So even though there's so many things to get picked up there, only just now is one of those actually entitled to this. It means that so many of those guys are just traveling to get there at the moment. Okay, that's a handy little house to have right there. This guy's now overcated for. That's a handy addition. This purple here, okay, so we can get this guy in to help out. And we've got this purple here. The only thing that isn't represented on this island is red. So we could take this guy. Firstly, what we actually want to do is get this guy attached there, because he's the closest red house to this setup. This is the closest red house to him, but we can't take the whole underside of this and shift it that way because that guy is circular, so he will need some attention. We could move this red house through here, make him the 3rd house, potentially the 4th. I think that we are going to have to shift this red guy. I think it's going to have to be like that. He's going to have to do a weird back step to get across. Because if I want to bring anyone else with him, they're going to need to be able to do that. If I went up that way, they're going to be blocked behind this green. So we'll just cut this guy off for now too. And we'll send 2 guys that way. We'll take the bridge, because, I mean, the road tiles are nice, but cool, there's an easier solution for this guy. We're getting a little community up here too. Got this red house that's just trapped off him, but he's not circular, so probably the amount he's got will be fine. We'll connect this guy on here. I'm not in love with that move, because it means he has to travel back against the blue traffic, almost all the blue traffic that are getting to here. But there's not a real clear way for this to coexist. Luckily we got this guy here, which hopefully will be a really quick fire way of taking care of a bit of this, and we've now got this guy here. I think the 2 of them could do some good work. Alright, so this guy here we now want to watch as well. We probably will reclaim this guy south, because now that's circular, we want 3 houses on that. Got surely no room for roundabouts, so we'll take that. This guy here we could also swing around, give some support. But he's looking okay again now. Okay, that guy's gone circular. It would be nice to get this house here across there, but that would cut across the roads of a circular destination, so we don't really want to toy with that at all. Okay. This one we've got to think about. So, we've got a super easy house in this guy. And the reason that that's even better is that if we do that, we can get rid of all of that road, and we can avoid that red guy having to cut across the top. Now, what that means though is that we've only got one red on that house, which is okay. For now, it's so close that hopefully that's not a problem. The problem is that we've now pulled a house off this guy, and so he's only got 2, which is a problem. I think that the way that we build this red house here is that we actually send him all the way around there, because then it means that he's crossing that yellow road, but he's crossing it behind the 2 closest houses to him, so he's not gonna get in the way of the most important parts of that production. I just noticed that these 2 purples here have gone on a ride all the way around to try and help out, but we can just flip them around and they can actually be a really helpful asset. We don't want to have too much going on. You can see there's a lot of light blue having to move through here to try and take care of business. Do we have a tunnel? Oh great, we've got a, we'll take the tunnel definitely. Got another red there that can help out, so this guy hopefully should be in a bit more shape. We've got that red house right there, so we probably don't need this at all anymore. We can just claim back road that we don't really need. Okay, we've got... cut him that way, and then what we can do is we can cut through these 2 red guys all the way around. Now this is going to really put my tunnel building skills to test, because if I make a mistake I've got to start again with my tunnel. Cool, so that's given him some redundancy. As a circular one, he's definitely going to need it, and hopefully this guy's so close that he'll keep them going for a long while. This guy here is not looking good. So let's look at what options we've got to get him more houses. So currently he has 6 houses. Everyone in this is impeded by... I mean, this guy here is causing that traffic to slow down, so we kind of have to make that a set of lights. I'm not sure we want him connected for now, so let's just disconnect him from there. If we could get light blue connected around the top, they could come in to try and help out. I mean, you can see that there's guys all the way down here that aren't even at home, which means that they are being used to try and help out with this guy. So a surge of support would certainly be welcomed. But I don't know where that support would come from, because there's only 1 house here. I mean, I've got 3 guys here, 4 guys down here, so you could surge them around to try and just do a quick cleanse of that that building, but doesn't seem like it's there. Okay, so what we'll do here is we can see that this guy up here is happy, and this guy down here is not. What we want to do is, can we get these 2 houses here down to here? That's a soft maybe. We'll leave their road there for now, and we'll get them to cut down. You're gonna have to cut across the face of that guy. And then come in there. Let's do that again. Come in there. These two green guys are here in case we need help with this one. We've probably been very lucky that this hasn't ever had anything show up yet. And I'm sure I'll eat my words for saying that very shortly. This green down here is looking a bit shaky, but at least we've just got him another house too. If we really want to give him more redundancy, we can. We can get these three houses here and give him the longest bridge to sort him out. But for me, it is still this guy here. I don't have any tunnels at the moment. Okay, he's gone circular. Work out what I've got going on here now. So since I've cut those two guys off, this intersection now doesn't get used by anyone, or shouldn't be used by anyone, because it's just that guy coming down. I don't think I'm going to have to re-add these guys to the top, because they've already got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 houses, including an insanely close one. So I'm going to rip all this up and hope that I get good house placement for that. These green guys aren't contributing anything to anyone. So we can disconnect that. We can put him up there so we don't need to worry about any sort of connections for him. And it's then just this one red guy. So let's get this red guy connected too. And a set of lights there. And that hopefully should put even less stress on this guy, because that is struggling a bit. This guy down here is struggling, so let's get these three. Running down as just a... Hopefully we'll see all 6 cars go there. Just to do a quick punch in that, sort it out, and then get out of there. This guy here is not looking too good either, but again, we've got a pretty easy redundancy assist for him. We can get these two guys here to... Press the front of that red guy. And come and help out in there if they're needed. They might not be. We could get him connected to him, it'd be a really nice close connection. We just went, alright, so there's our next one. I don't know when he popped up, but... Okay. So, let's get this guy connected here. We'll put a set of traffic lights there. You can see this guy is currently sitting at home, so let's disconnect his path. We'll get these two guys straight in here. It would be nice to have that guy. But now we won't. I'm going to connect that guy too, just to try and do a quick address on this, because this was just, it's just more the fact that I guess I didn't notice it pop up. That's a problem. This guy here is still an issue, but he's quick to fix. He seems to really come and go. We can connect this guy on there too, but I don't know if this is a bad thing. If these guys all the way at the bottom are actually just sort of meaning that there's a longer wait on some of these. Now, we're going to disconnect. We're going to get rid of that now, because you can see that this guy's now struggling. And I reckon in part because we just had purple coming from the top, so we'll cut ties with purple at the top. Hopefully the two at the south will now sort of work that out. Let's get these two guys to come in and help out as well. But you can see green everywhere is currently crying. Light blue for here. This is the real back end of purple. So what we're going to do is let's give purple this guy. Cut ties there. Shift him up. I think I only just gave those two guys to purple too. And we'll swing these two guys in there. Make that a set of lights. Okay, now what I've done there is just change this guy to only have one house on him. So we'll bring this guy up to be the second house. Get rid of that set of lights. Hopefully these four can do some nice quick work to help out there. This green down here is struggling, so let's try and get a few more extra helpers on there. You can see that all of them are going straight away. This guy here, his intersection now could potentially be a problem, but there's so many people in that hopefully he can work it out. I think at this point our goal is, can we hit 4,000? This is just going to be a juggling act of who's not going to die. Let's get him in there. I'll definitely take the tunnel because we haven't had one in a while, but I'm not sure I'll see the day to use it. This yellow here is a killer. He is so close to here without being able to be used. I suppose we could swing him through like this. This green here is a real roadblock too. There's a lot of light blue, I guess, that's coming through to try and help out over here. Someone's ticking pretty quick. This guy down here. Okay. Let's cut him across. I don't think that I think it's probably too late to get anyone to save this one. So there we go. We've got our 4,000 though, so at least that dream was achieved. This is a razor's edge right here. If anyone else loses it, not this guy, then I think that's our victory. This has gone on longer than I expected, that I now need to try and help out. Okay, so let's get this guy in. And let's get this guy. Put him off his task. Get that guy in too, and we'll set a set of lights up there. I'd say this guy is going to get us cooked. No, that one. There we go. Alright, 4,200. Let's have a look at how that puts us in there. 108. Well, we'll take that. That was a good fun one, actually. I think it was really nice to... different way of having your houses laid out everywhere. Oh, well, any questions or comments, feel free to chuck them below. But till next time, catch you later. See ya.